Achana for Matan Torah, which is the chibur, the fusion of Atzilus and Biyah, is in fact Kriyas Yamsuf. And that was the fusion in both directions, as conveyed by the Zohar, the Maila Lamata, and Kisvei Arizal, which write about Kriyas Yamsuf, that it was Malamata Lamaila, and Rabbi explained this is reflected in the two psukim describing Kriyas Yamsuf. Kriyas Yamsuf. He transformed the sea into dry land as Milamaila Lamata, that the Tzil is descending, and Bnei Yisrael, the Yidden, that's Milamata Lamaila, that's Biyah ascending into Atzilus. So this is the Achana, critical Achana, as explained yesterday, for the permanent fusion of Biyah and Atzilus. It must be a temporary and very lofty one. We brought several examples yesterday. We didn't finish the Ois, so the ending the Ois Gimel, the second paragraph. So that fusion by Kriyas Yamsuf was temporary. Page 89. Just a few lines above Dalil. As the Medrash says, that a maidservant on the sea saw that which the greatest Navi, Yeshayahu Navi, did not see. And Ra saw, and she saw, Daike, the diak is that she saw, which means Bariya Chushis, it was actual seeing, it was reality in the deepest way. She remained unchanged, she remained a maidservant. She didn't become a Navi, because it was only temporary. We made it like 10 copies, 15 copies actually. Nonetheless, through this, temporary as it was, this affects the Matan Torah can now set in motion the chibur of Atzilus and Biyah, Tmidus, constantly, literally Tomid, or Tedirus, something Todir is means habitually. As he said previously, mitzvah by mitzvah. Is Dalit. Since the ischachus of the novelty of Matan Torah is the fusion of Atzilus and Biyah, as explained, nothing new was told. There's no new information about Matan Torah. The point is, Atzilus, it's the author that is revealed. We explained yesterday that the Asara Maimores, the Asara Maimores are the 10 Sviras. The Asara Sadib is also the 10 Sviras. So what was achieved? And the Maim himself said, we have already creation. Repeating everything you said earlier. The answer, as we said yesterday, is that we just said now, the author. Again, so now the kavanah is mitzvah by mitzvah, little by little, biyah should be like Atzilus. Again, this is similar to, analogies to, and parallels, and many different expression of the yichud of yichud ilah and yichud tato. Same idea. Atzilus is yichud ilah, and biyah is yichud tato. So the idea is that being in biyah, we live the truth of yichud ilah. As we learned in the Maamer of Reishis Goyim at great length. In the Ikar Avodah, so the Avodah now is the ability to refine the world of Vara, to refine and elevate Elam as Biyah, that should be like Atzilus. And that's why the main learning now, before Mashiach comes, is Nigla the Torah. Bechinas Eitz Hadas Toivara, Nigla, the Zohar says, is reflected by the tree of knowledge of good and bad. Pnimius HaTorah is, however, is the ACHARON, the two trees in the Garden of Eden. So nigla is dafke toivara, because that's the point. Torah has to address the ra and elevate it. If it's through Torah that we refine evil and extract the good. And that's why Torah deals even with false arguments, as we just learned in Rambam, in order to address them and elevate them and clarify. That's why the main learning that before Mashiach comes is nigla. Of course, that all changes out of Geula. We start learning Pnimius HaTorah, as Mustam will say at the end of the Maimer. But over the history of Golos, the Ikar Avodah has been Nigla, not just Golos, from the time the Torah was given. And that you saw as well. Bishvil HaBirurim, because all Avodah is Birurim. Shivaru v'yizachachu, or Eilamus, is to engage and refine the world. Biyah, Ad Sheyukim El Matzilus, refine them and that they should be like Atzilus. But Pnimius HaTorah, which is the tree of life, because that's revealed as a consequence of having refined the world. That's revealed when Mashiach comes. And this is what the meaning that it says in Zoya, that time Torah, quoted in Tanya, in the Geras HaKodesh, that the reasons for time mitzvahs, the reasons for Torah and the reasons for mitzvahs, learned as Gala were not revealed. Where they revealed Vizgalus and Tia La'asid Dafke. It means the inner reason. Again, that's being revealed now as a taste of it before Mashiach comes in Chassidus. But now he's talking about the whole Avodah in Golus. Now comes the question. Now comes the question, but we do have Chassidus even now. So what about now? So we just quoted the reasons not revealed now. It's known that when Torah was given, it gave everything. Hashem gave everything, even Pnimius HaTorah. Famous quote from the Rebbe Rashab, Matan Torah will never be again. It was once and it was everything. And then it won't even be equaled in that sense by the Torah Chadosha that Mashiach will reveal. Notwithstanding the fact that it's called Torah Chadosha. Matan Torah is once. Because everything was given then, even Pnimius HaTorah. So what are we saying? That the reasons aren't revealed, the reasons are revealed. It's not just in the last generations of Chassidus, but before that, in the Kisvei Harizal, in Zohar. We can make it that Rabbi Akiva, Rabbi Bar Yisrael, Rabbi Shem Tov, Rabbi Macharav, so Rabbi Akiva, Rabbi Shem Yochain, Harizal, Rabbi Shem Tov, all the Rabbeim, Lomdo, Vigilu Pnimius HaTorah, they taught, and they revealed Pnimius HaTorah. Not just Erev Gula. What's the meaning of the statement of the Zohar that the reasons are not revealed? Move on. And even though this is what we say, that the main limud is nigla to elevate the world, dealing with, again, false arguments, etc., what to do. It's understood that Pnimius HaTorah is Gala Akshav. So it's understood that Pnimius HaTorah is not revealed. Like he says there in Tanya, is only when the birur is complete, the refinement of the world. Then and the evil is separated from rejected from the good. It's that long you get a sakedesh over there. And no longer will the tree of good and evil dominate. Then only then Torah mitzvahs will not be in order to refine the world. So what are we going to be learning it for? Much higher level. It's in Kedusha itself to unite profound unities within the divine. And that's affected including the point, therefore, since now the whole point is to elevate the world, we have to say, the Pnimius HaTorah isn't revealed. He's just kind of going back on the question, but it is. He's just quoting here now, I'm going to detail that the whole Avodah is to refine the world. And the Liyachid Yechudim, which is in Kedusha itself, is only once the world has been elevated. So we understand why Pnimius HaTorah is not revealed then, because it's not the Avodah now. But it is present. So why is it that we have and how is it that we do have? This is not the Avodah. So why is it revealed? Even though Taka, the way we learn it now, we're not grasping the essence of the subject. We're learning about it, but we're not grasping it. When you learn Nigla about an ox goring another ox, you have Yediyah Samahus, you know exactly what we're talking about. You grasp it, you can touch it. It's not so chassidus. So, okay, he wants to answer, we're not really learning. Yes, we are. We do learn about the Metzias. There is knowledge about it. At any rate, we became Ma'oing, and so what do we mean? That the reasons are not revealed. We do have reasons. It's going to be revealed then. We do have it now. Now he's going to explain the difference. Questions clear? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Hey, you not been before this. We have learned this previous time, but we encountered this at great length a couple of years ago. May even been a mime that you wrote up. I don't know. No, it doesn't ring a bell. So this will be understood. How do you reconcile the two things? Fact. Time mitzvahs loin is gal. Pnimis HaTorah is only lost in love. But Rabbi Kiva and the Rashbi and the Arizal and the Baal Shem Tov and the Rabbi, so spanning 2,000 years, did reveal. Yediyas HaMuhus, no. Yediyas HaMetzias, yes. We have questions and answers. Answer. So that's explaining Chassidus means Mashiach Yilam Terim call Yisrael. So what does it mean to understand that Mashiach will teach Torah to all Yidden? How do you do that? She'ein zeh limud de nigla de Torah. This is not nigla. Shari'az b'tchias ha'meisim yakum b'tanoim b'ambaroim. Because what's going to happen in tchias ha'meisim, and then we'll get up tanoim and ambaroim, ma'avos and Moishe Rabbeinu. She'yudim es kol ha'Torah kula. There's nothing to teach them. They know the whole Torah. You cannot say there's actually Mashiach Yilam Torah called Yisrael Nigla Torah. You can't say that he's going to teach Nigla me'achashahayu because they were such a Yidden v'yeshtam kilim they are in the present. Sheyerd mitzkal Torah kula, know the whole Torah. In fact, it's a chiyuv in Hilchos Talmud Torah to learn the whole Torah. It's possible. Not possible to learn Shas and the Poskim, etc. Know the whole Torah. And furthermore. So first of all, can't be nigla because they know it already. Furthermore, what does it mean he'll teach everybody? How do you teach tens of thousands, millions of people in one time? How can one person teach tens of thousands and tens of thousands? So what does this mean? We have to say, perforce, therefore, there's Mashiach Yilam Torah im Kol Yisrael. What's it going to teach? It's a whole different level of teaching or limit at Pnimius HaTorah. Okay, Pnimius HaTorah is endless because we're learning about Elikus, so that he can teach, but it hasn't answered the question. How do you teach that to so many people at once? Understand? You're kind of answering not Nigla, they know Nigla, but Pnimius, okay, Pnimius is endless, so teach layers and layers. How can one person teach such a great number of people? Answer, what's the nature of the limit? What's the nature of these galus of Pnimis HaTorah Lasid Loving? In a yesh bezi fani limud, there's two ways to learn. L'mayla, l'mata, l'mayla, above to below, and below to above. Meaning, limud l'mata, l'mayla, learning from below to above, which means the starting point is the mind. When you have on the basog, that means obviously grasping. Shemevin l'masi gets called in yorim shiach l'tfeisa. The tfeisa. He understands that which he can understand. Ad shebol in yonim. Till he reaches subject matter, he realizes this is beyond understanding. He has to divest himself from his imagery and try and open up to that which is transcendent. And this is all what? By the dint of his own grasp. Starting point is learning the words and probing their meaning. So this kind of learning is symbolically is what? That's like listening. In fact, what he's doing, it's one word when you listen. What happens when you listen? It's one word, another word, another word, another word, another word. You try and decode it and piece it all together, understand what's going on. That's how you learn, literally. You read one word, and you read a second word, and a third word, and you read the text, and you try and decipher it. Now, hearing is very radically different to seeing. Because when you see, it goes on to say, the truth of what is, in all of its uncompromised truth. Boom, you see it? Not piece by piece. The whole thing is revealed to you. The light comes to you. That's why you see the light enters your brain. Not so of seeing, of hearing. So we see, when you hear something, in the it's told him in all of its details. First of all, the distinction is going to make, now is not what I just said. We'll get that soon. He's not seeing it. He's learning about it. And he's conjuring, he's creating the image in his head. And so first of all, what he's getting of the subject is not the mitzius, he's creating it in his head. And also that which he is, the matter itself that is within him, ein ze batzmusai. So that how was he moved? Again, mashadova teifes boy. What is it that literally gets him? How deeply is he moved by something that he's hearing about? So, first point is you don't see the thing, and the subject matter doesn't touch you, your thing, your being. Ein ze batzmusai. He's not moved to his very core. Being excited about something, hearing about something, it doesn't move him like he's moved by seeing something. Because when he sees something, it touches the core. And when you're hearing about something, it's in your mind, and it only stirs him externally. Because he didn't see the thing. He's learning about it, and he's constructing the imagery in his head, which is always a corrupted image of what he's learning about. Corrupted in the sense that it's his take on it. So he's not moved by hearing about something to his core because it's filtered and corrupted by his construction of what it is, hearing about it. It doesn't penetrate his very being. So much so, the knowledge that he's acquired through hearing about it or learning about it. Time can go on, and someone could refute that which he heard, and he'll discard it. Okay, I heard this. He had this whole thing in his head. Someone proved it couldn't have happened, so it's gone. The aftershom is MS. He heard about this from a truthful person. He tells him what he saw. When his Kabbalah said, and the one listening accepted it, and he had this whole thing in his head. Nonetheless, can be completely refuted, dismantled. Start doubting it. Why? Because it didn't penetrate, didn't become one with him. It can't be dislodged. It doesn't enter his very being. When you see it, nothing in the world will dislodge that. It enters into you, becomes part of you. Because, for God's sakes, you saw the thing. As a roya he sees the thing itself, not his construction of it, based on somebody else's word or a printed word on the page. He grasps the etze, and it grasps his etze. Seeing is believing, his expression is. Since he saw the thing itself, he saw the very thing, the very essence. He saw it, it touches his essence. And nobody can remove that. That's one difference. Clear? Yeah. Another difference between real and shmiyah. Now, so far, which is obviously a greater relationship to the subject matter, real shmiyah. Clearly, by far, what? Real. You're seeing the thing itself uncorrupted, like what you see. When you see something, it's a camera. Your eye opens, what there is, that's what you see. And it's from the Bible Lamata. Why are you seeing something? The thing's there. How am I seeing it? The mountains over there. Why haven't I seen it in my head? Because light travels, and the light is a faithful addition of the source of light and conveys an accurate, uncorrupted depiction of that which it reflects. It is dovuk in the moed. It is me'ena moed. The light that projects from an object, if it's nothing in between, and it's all clear, nothing corrupts it. No tzimtzum, in other words. So you're going to see uncorruptedly that which you're looking at. That image will faithfully imprint itself upon your brain, and no one can tell you it doesn't exist. You saw it. I'm going to tell you about the mountain that I saw. So you're constructing the image, and it's obviously not that at all. It's the way you're imagining it. And then someone come along and say, he wasn't there, never saw it, doesn't exist, and they're completely dismantled. It didn't touch your etzem, and you don't have the etzem of it, right? So far, which is greater here? Seeing is believing, is right? A judge who sees something can't judge. Because if he saw it, the event is not open to any other possibility. And it can't be a witness. If you can't be a judge. You have to be able to entertain other positions. The way he saw what he saw, that's it. But now he's going to bring out the Mile of Shemiah. This, by the way, is the Mile of the second Parsha of the Shema, V'hoyim Shemaya. It all ties into the Rishis Goyim Amalek. Parsha Rishoyin is V'hafta, that's the ear. Parsha Rishoyin, Shemaya, distant. Parsha Rishoyin is Reuven, Parsha Sheni is Shimon. Right, we learned that Maimon. So let's go further now, the Mile of Shemiah. Another distinction, which means that the Mile. The idea Shemiah teifes gambarich. If you're hearing about something, you can hear about something that is taking place at the end of the world. You're not there. Something very distant you can hear about. Someone's conveying it, someone wrote about it. But to see, you've got to be present. So you've got to be close to it. So Shemiah puts us in touch with the world that's outside of us. We could not access because we're not there. It's not our world. But the ear can only see that which is in your world. Listening and reading is the same thing. It's word by word. If someone wrote it down, it's not you're seeing it. Same idea. So in a hearing, you can hear and grasp something spiritual. We can talk about the ruchnius and we're listening. And there's some kind of grasp. Do you have idea samahus? Ruchnius? No. But you have idea sametzias. But seeing davar ruchni, not idea samahus, and for sure not idea sametzias. Not seeing it, hearing about it. It's distant. The idea Shemiah again. Sharigam Shadei Shemiah teifes b'davar ruchni. It's quite the pellet. It's a physical ear that's listening. Hearing about something and reading is similar. One can grasp and entertain to a limited degree spiritual matters, transcendent matters. Seeing can only see a physical thing. You cannot see ruchnius. You can hear about ruchnius. Clear? This is why Pasha Shnia is higher. It's lower but higher. I am Shmoya Tishma. The two distinctions we just made are interdependent. What was the first distinction? Please tell me. The first distinction between Ri and Shmi is what? In a word, that Ri what? By seeing you. First one, you say the two things are interdependent. So the first one is what? You see the thing itself. This is it. You see it, uncorrupted. This is it. And number two, you see it, and it touches your metzius, the depth of your being. As opposed to listening about something, you're not seeing. Not witness to it, so you don't see the mahus hadava. You're constructing in your head. You're creating an image. You're creating an image, not the thing itself. And therefore, was the second thing you said about it. Therefore, it could change. You could doubt it yourself later, and maybe it didn't happen, or someone can bring a raya with a strong argument to say it couldn't have happened. You'll accept it. But if you saw it, no arguments in the world will change that. The seeing is you see the metzius hadava. And your metzius is affected. Good. What's the second difference between them? Which is really the mile of Shemiah. That Shemiah is what? Even something which is distant from you. Don't just mean, but Gashmi is distant. He said, even what did he add? Ruchnius, which is fundamentally distant. Can't see, but we can learn about it and hear about it. Now he's saying the two things are interdependent. These two observations we made about the difference between Shmi and Re'iyah, and it's obvious why they're independent. As he goes on to say, the Liyah is but these two distinctions are interdependent. One perforce leads to the other, and one is a consequence of the other, because where's the place? Since when we hear about something, we're not learning about, we don't see the mahos, we're learning about it. If I can learn about things that are totally beyond me, because I'm just learning about it, it's not my world. But seeing, which is an intimate relationship, you see it, and it touches your very being. And you're seeing the thing for what it is. Then it's like this Bekiruv's got to be close to me, my world. And what's my world? Gashmis. My world's not Ruchnis. I can only see Gashmis. I can't see Ruchnis. But I can hear, since hearing is not Mahus, but the Metzias about it, I can hear about Ruchnis. So now we just finished. Now we explained the difference between Re'iyah and Shemiah. Now we're going to apply this. This is all to explain what are we going here? What was the question he started asking this Perek? In Oisei, in this Ois, how is it possible that what? One man will teach to everybody simultaneously. And for sure it's not nigla, everybody knows that. But in Pnimis HaTorah, but even Pnimis HaTorah, he teaches the Tanei Ma'amorim and simple folk at the same time. So introduce all of this, there's two kinds of limud. And that's analogous to what? Re'iyah and Shemiah. Which is which? Re'iyah, which is Melamayla Lamata, which is Melamata Lamayla. Which is above to below, which is below to above. So Re'iyah and Shemiah now. Again, when you see something, what you got to do is open your eye and the light enters. It's coming to you. You're passive. The camera, as long as it's not corrupted, open your eye, the image of what's there, but without effort, it's coming to you. It's coming to you. You just have to open your eye, and if there's light, it bounces off the object and you see it. Again, because oir is made of moir, and it's davuk, and it's a faithful rendition of that which the light is reflecting. Why do we see? Because literally light is traveling. It's at 186,000 miles per second. It bounces off. Light bounces off the object, and the object which you're looking at faithfully is imprinted on your brain. It's milamayla lamata. It's coming to you. Why shmi milamata lamayla? The opposite, mamish. Because when you listen, you got to be engaged and interpret every second. Someone sitting doesn't understand English. It's nothing. It's better hearing than anybody here, and smarter. So why isn't he getting anything? Because he's not decoding. He doesn't have the language skill. He doesn't know English. He can't. Every word that you're listening to, it's melamata lamaila. The word, the association, what it means, and they're all envelopes, as we said yesterday, right? Well, the other day, yesterday, a word, yeah. Malchus is dibur. Malchus is the ocean. Malchus is the earth. It's an envelope. You have to, when you're listening, you're very quickly opening up envelopes, taking out what these words mean, and putting them all together, and hopefully in your head is what I'm trying to tell you, which is a miracle if it's even close. Listening is such a huge, active process. You're hearing words, they're just sounds. You have to take out the meaning, one word, second word, put it all together, build the idea. So no one hears the same way. What's in you, I'm saying the same words. But what's in your head, everybody's completely, I hope not too different, but different according to your seichel and your imagery and all the prejudice that we all carry that defines us. I mean, prejudice in the bad way, just mean just the inherent subjectivity. It's melamata lamaila. It doesn't begin. Someone sitting here listening is not going to be engaged and to have the tools to be able to decode what I'm saying. Gornisht gets nothing. The whole information getting into his head is acquired milamata lamaila. You've got to decode it. You've got to learn it. Huh?
It seems like
it seems like what?
Like it's lamata.
Taka was? That was Taka, a moment with lamata. The Taka was. Taka, that's why I blew them all away. Yeah.
Oh, they saw the waters.
They saw the lightning, etc. They saw that was a temporary moment of Yediyah of Re'iyah. That's right. But downloading a Sesa Dibris in the Chumash, same as Sesa Dibris. With Mefarshim and explaining it and all the details, much more information in the Chumash and printed page in front of you. Open the book. Nothing. Zilch. Unless you know to read, then you have to it doesn't start. Unless you engage this, you have to come with a whole set of skills. So we'll stop here. Tomorrow, now he'll parallel this now. The two-way fanim of understanding. In Hasaga Gufa, there's the Re'iyah kind of Hasaga and there's the Shmiya kind of Hasaga. What's the point going to be? The Mashiach will be in the Re'iyah kind of Hasaga, which happened temporarily, Matan Torah Taka. We'll see what Kriyas Yamsuf is and the splitting of the ocean and the sea and the river before Mashiach comes, all to come Be'ez Hashem.